Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a cook with me where I break down some of my favorite recipes for you to try in your kitchen. So today we are going to be making Haitian Sos Pwa Blanc, which is a white bean sauce. So all of the ingredients will be in the description box below as usual. So let's get right into this delicious Haitian dish. Alright y'all, so I used 2 packs of great white northern beans today. You can just use 1 pack, that's fine. I was just cooking for a family of 4, so that's why I cooked more. If you want to check if the beans are ready, just squeeze them like this, and if they fall apart easily, then they're all cooked and ready to go. I left it on high heat to cook. But now that they're cooked, I'm just going to turn that heat off and take them off the stove to cool. I usually clean my meat the night before and let that marinate overnight to let the seasoning sit in. As you can see, I just used some epis and some other flavorings, but now I'm going to put this beef stew meat into some hot oil and let it cook and brown because we are going to be adding this to our Sos Pwa Blanc. So definitely season your meat to your preference and liking and cook it to your preference as well. I like mine to be quite brown when I'm adding it into my sos pwa, and I'm just adding a little bit of some ragu for some color. As you can see, our meat is done and I'm going to turn off our heat. Now that our meat is cooked, I'm going to get into our bean sauce. Make sure you let your beans cool down, y'all. We don't want any broken blenders out here. So I am just taking the beans that we put aside to cool, and I'm just going to blend it all together to start making our sos pwa. As you can see, I'm adding some more water because I want it to be of a more watery consistency. So make sure there's a good ratio between the water and beans that you're adding for each time you go ahead and fill up your blender. So I went ahead and used the liquefy and blend settings on my blender to get this into a smoother consistency, which is going to make it easier for us to strain it. So you want to make sure it's looking something like this. Next, you're going to need a big bowl like this one I have here and a strainer. So I like the strainer that has the handle on it because it makes it easier for me to strain my sos pwa. So I'm just putting that into the strainer, and I'm going to use a spoon to mix it around and get it through the strainer. Just bear with me, y'all. This is definitely the most tedious part, and I'm just going to repeat these same steps until I get through all of the blended beans that we have in our blender. And I'm just going to keep repeating this process until I'm pretty much done with the beans.
Hello. How are you, darling?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Alright y'all, so we're back. Don't you just love those genuine behind the scenes moments? Here's another one of me and my dad.
Huh?
You don't put the cover on?
I did. I just uncovered it
Why?
to mix it so it wasn't burning. Yeah, you can put it back. This is why we strain. We do not want this in our sos pwa right here. We want it to look like this, nice and smooth. And super important here, just be sure to leave a little bit of beans left over and a little bit of water for your sos pwa. And I'm gonna go ahead and pour the strained bean sauce that we had in the bowl right into those leftover beans. So So I'm gonna put those beans right back on our stove on medium to high heat. And when I'm cooking, I love to listen to some music. Today I was listening to some JoJo. I also love podcasts too. Let me know what your favorite songs or podcasts are to listen to when you cook. And then I'm gonna go ahead and slice up some white onion as well to put in our sos pwa. I prefer to cut my onion rings in half when I'm doing this type of sos pwa. Now on to the best part, the seasoning. First, I am going in here with some thyme. Y'all know I love my thyme. Next up, we have some oregano that we're gonna throw in there. A little bit of black pepper. Some rosemary, Mrs. Dash, and I'm adding some ghee, which is a clarified butter as well. You can use regular butter if that's what you have. And then we're gonna mix this together. We're not done seasoning this though. We're gonna throw in some parsley. And I'm going to put the meat back in here. This is also gonna add a lot of flavor to the sos pwa. And those onions we just cut up, we are also going to toss those in there as well. Now I'm going to toss a little bit of salt in here as well. Always season to your own preference and what you like. And of course we can't forget some adobo. At this point, y'all, our sos pwa is pretty much done. Don't worry if it's a lighter consistency. With time, it's going to get a lot thicker. I have some white rice here that I paired with this sos pwa. And doesn't she look beautiful, y'all? So delicious. Thank y'all so much for joining me in the kitchen and cooking with me today. This meal is one of my favorites. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at @toldbybrandy. And like this video if you want to see more cooking videos from me. Bye, y'all.